Today we're going to do foam rolling and stretching, and we're going to start by getting down onto our foam roller the long way, meaning with our butt almost off the end and our spine along the foam roller. So I'm going to use my abs as I bring myself down onto the foam roller. I'm going to tuck my pelvis, so I'm getting rid of some of the space between my back and the foam roller, a kitty cat visitor. And I'm going to tuck my chin a little bit after I adjust my clothing. So my feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart, and all I want to do right now is just open up tight chest muscles. So I'm bringing my arms out to the side, trying not to get attacked by my cat, and taking some deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe out, you may feel the tightness releasing a little bit here through the chest. So after about 3 or 4 deep breaths, I want you to bring your arms up. In this T position, I want you to transition, if your body allows, into more of a Y position. So just settling in. If there's pain, don't go into this position. Just stay in the position that you are in. But if you can, go into this Y position. Cat is bored. And just take some deep breaths here. While you're taking your deep breaths in and out, I want you to scan your body and check in to see where there's tightness. And are you tightening anything up unintentionally or intentionally as you are breathing? Is there too much tightness in here, which is making you want to hold your arms up because it's too uncomfortable? And if so, again, go back to this position. One more deep breath in and out here, in this Y position. And then I want you to try the I position, which again, we're going to bring our arms up just in case there's any shoulder discomfort. Stop it. And gently, you can clasp your hands a little bit, finger hands, if you've got a side that you're concerned about, protect it. Just breathe in and out here. As you breathe out, feel how gravity brings your body, your arms closer to the floor. You might be opening up, bringing your arms a little bit closer to that Y position. So if it feels okay to do so, kind of slowly, gradually open up back down to that T position. If it does not, don't bring your arms into that position. From here, I want you to bring yourself back up to the ceiling, make sure everything's okay, and then go back to your more protected T position. And then we're going to go a little bit wider with our feet, tighten up our abs. You can use your arms if you need them. And just gently shift your weight. Press on that right leg to shift the weight a little bit into the left. So I'm just rolling a little bit to the left and right of my spine, using my abs and my quads to keep me from falling off the foam roller. You can also use your arms. If you don't need them, I don't like using them because, again, you can see I'm turning my shoulders inward, and what I'm trying to do is open up the tight pectoral muscles and increase the blood flow through the opposite side on my upper back, all the way to the right and left of my spine through my sacrum. So just small movements. If you want to go a little bit bigger, how we go a little bigger is we put the weight into our back leg as we roll onto our, a little bit more towards our shoulder blade. So my left leg is keeping me from falling off the foam roller with help from my abs as I roll onto my left shoulder. Pause in the middle. Same thing. Press with the right leg to bring the weight into the left. Use the abs to roll onto the right shoulder. Again, you can use your arms to protect you from falling off the foam roller, but if you don't need them, don't use them. Let that opposite shoulder really open up. You should not feel any pain. It might be a little bit uncomfortable if you're super tight. Alright, so we're going to do one more each side. And then I want you to pause back in that good position. And just take a quick check in, only bringing your arms up as high as you can without pain. So I'm just kind of making a snow angel of sorts on my foam roller. Checking in. Where is there tightness? Where does it feel good? Alright, so now I want to roll off my foam roller. So I'm going to come towards you. So I'm going to take this left leg, straighten it out. I'm going to take my left arm, put it down on the foam, on the ground, and just roll myself off the foam roller, come onto my side, because I want to now roll through tightness in my neck a little bit. So I'm going to take the foam roller, abs are tight, and I can actually, if I don't want to come down like this and worry about my core being tight, I can come down onto my side this way, just for those of you who have any concerns about core strength. And what we're doing is we're taking the foam roller, putting it at the base of our skull. So I don't want to feel it in my neck, the arch, the rounded part of my neck. I do not want the foam roller there. I want the foam roller at the base of my skull, the bony part, bending my knees, tilting my pelvis, and just relaxing my head, making small up and down movements as though I'm saying yes to releasing the tension in my neck, and then I'm going to make a small movement left and right as though I'm saying no to the tightness. Yes, a little bit pointy, but helps you remember, you're just doing kind of yes and no movements. And if the foam roller slips and it feels like it's going into the back of your neck, adjust it, lift your head up, move it so that it's on the bony part of your neck. And then I want you to make figure eights with your head slowly. Abs are contracted a little bit, everything else is relaxing here. Change direction. Good. Now we're going to go to the left side. So I'm going to drop my left knee down. I'm going to bring my right knee over. And I'm going to roll onto my side so that the foam roller is hitting right behind my ear on the bony part of my skull. And here I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to make some small yes and no movements. You can also make circular movements with your head. I find that challenging to do, so I just kind of up and down, gently, slowly, and from here, we're going to go halfway from where we are now to where we were in the middle by taking our top leg and just opening up so it adjusts us to that bony section between where we were in the middle and where we were on our side. Just letting the foam gently press into that bony area. Great. Coming on to our other side, doing the same thing. Adjusting the foam roller to that bony spot below your ear. Moving up and down in your yes position. And small movements across in your no position. Lifting that top leg, coming to center. Same thing. It's not, you're not to center, you're halfway between center and that spot on the right, where you're just relaxing. So, caught myself tensing up my arm here. We're body scanning while we're doing this. We spend all day long tensing up muscles without even realizing that we're doing it. Coming back to the center, readjusting our foam roller as needed, relaxing our body, just a little bit of contraction on the core, and I want you to go all the way over to the side, pause, and then back to your other side. So you're going almost, or actually you are going all the way, if you have that range of motion, to that spot you were at when you were on your side. And adjust the foam roller as needed. You're moving slowly. And then I want you to go back to your figure eights. Each direction, 1 or 2 times. Great. All right, we're going to roll onto our side. You're going to come up. I want you to adjust your foam roller so that it is at the bottom of your shoulder blades, where you feel the shoulders, the bony part that sticks out in the back. For women, it's approximately where your bra line is. So I want you to take that part and lie yourself on the roller so that you can actually put your elbows down if you needed to. So support your head by bringing your hands behind your head, and then slide yourself just a little bit up and a little bit down of that shoulder blade area. You can lift your hips up off the ground to be able to move a little bit better, but make sure that you are keeping your abs contracted. Your neck relaxed. Chest open. When you spend time opening the chest, you don't want to be closing it back up like this. No. Open, yes. No pain. All right, so find your spot where it feels like you could bring a knee down to the side and slowly, have to adjust a little bit, I was a little bit low, I'm going to come down, slowly bring that left elbow towards the ground and bring your knees with you. And what I'm doing is trying to find that spot or spots where there's a little bit of discomfort. So I'm going to use this back leg to help me move up and down the foam roller a little bit, slowly forward and backwards. Oh, there's one. Trying to find those spots where it's uncomfortable because there's tight muscle and fascial tissue. So moving forward, backwards a little bit. Muscle is multi-directional, so we want to be moving in different directions on the foam roller as well. So if you find a spot, hang out there, just breathe into it. In a perfect world, we'd stay in these spots for about 30 seconds, but we don't have all the time in the world every day, and we're trying to keep this to a reasonable amount of time. Foam rolling. Abs are tight. I'm going to go to my other side. Just looking for that spot where it's a little bit more tight than some of the other spots. Adjusting body as needed. It's important to move slowly to find the tight spot and to work on not tightening your shoulders and neck up as you're doing this. If you find you can't relax your shoulders and neck as you're doing this, don't do it. Just go back to lying on the foam roller. Alright, so now, I want you to come on your side again. We're going to move the foam roller underneath our knees. We're going to contract our abs, use our hands as needed to come down onto our back. I'm going to lift up my hips by contracting abs, glutes, hamstrings. Bring the foam roller under my sacrum. The sacrum is the bony part on the back side of your glutes. So you don't want the foam roller on your butt, you do not want the foam roller in the small of your back. It's just between those two spots on the bony part of your back. So now I'm going to keep my abs contracted, bring my right knee in. I'm going to pull that right knee in gently and let that left leg straighten out towards the ground and relax. So check in with your shoulders. I want your shoulders to relax. Biceps are holding in the leg. Your abs are partially engaged. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. And you should feel a decent stretch through this hip flexor here on the left side. Nice deep breaths in and out. You may feel some pressure on that sacrum area on your, above your butt. Body scanning to make sure that you're not tensing anything up while you're relaxing in this position. Abs tight. I'm going to bring in that left leg. I'm going to pull the left leg in as my right leg stretches out. So if you feel the foam roller move on you also, so it's not on your sacrum, it feels like it's crooked, or it's in your low back, or it's on your butt, stop what you're doing and adjust it. Make sure it's in the right position, or it defeats the purpose, what you're trying to do. If the foam roller is in your low back, it can potentially hurt your low back. We are trying to release the low back, along with our hip flexors that get super tight from sitting too much. And my hamstrings are super tight, back part of the leg here, so as I pull my knee in to stretch my lower back, I actually feel tightness in my hamstrings as well. So just be aware of that. That is another place you might feel the stretch. All right, I'm going to pull both knees in together and just rock a little bit in and out using my lower abs. And you can do a little bit of a marching move if you want to get a little bit more work on those lower abs as you work on releasing that sacrum. You can also take both legs together. But you should not feel any discomfort in that lower back. You really have to contract the abs as you bring the legs down to the floor. So from there, I want you to straighten your legs all the way up as much as you can. Just keeping them straight. I want you to point and flex your toes. Flex. Point, one more time, and then I want you to just do some circles with your feet, ankles, both directions. And then you're going to bring your legs wide. Just spread them wide, bring your hands on the inside of your knees or wherever it's comfortable. Just create a little bit of extra weight to open up, stretch that inner thigh area. And while we're doing that, we're keeping our legs pulled in and open as much as they will go. If it feels good, do a few more of your ankle circles while you're here. Legs are still straight, stretching out that backside and inside of the legs. Shoulders are relaxed. Abs are partially engaged. All right, coming back to center. We're going to take the right leg, cross that ankle over the left, gently pull in here, not here, because I want to protect the ankle. Pulling in and pressing if your body says that's okay. Again, I don't want you to feel too much discomfort, but I do want you to feel some discomfort. So where is the discomfort? I'm going to actually switch my side so you can see. The discomfort is through here. And again, my hamstrings are super tight right now, so I feel the hamstring stretch as well as that outer glute thigh area. And what this stretch is really good for is helping, other kitty cat visitor, to release the tight piriformis that often, switch sides, go to your other side, contracts and gets so tight that we feel sciatic pain, which then creates numbness down our leg. We don't want numbness down our leg. That's not good. It's uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. right, from here, I want you to bring your feet down onto the ground. You're going to take your left leg, straighten it out. You have to use your abs here, so tighten up your abs. Bring that right knee in, and I want you to bring it across your body. If this feels like too much, I'm going to show you a modified version of this. But if you have the range of motion, I want you to bring it all the way over. Adjust your shoulder blades so your body can come more towards the ceiling, and you can open up this opposite side. For a lot of people, when they first start doing this, it feels very contorty and uncomfortable. So a modification is to move our foam roller over to the side so that when I bring my leg all the way over, I can rest it on the foam roller. So it's not coming down as close to the floor, and then I can still stretch, opening up towards the opposite way. So there's a lot of pressure right now on my left hip, while this right side gets to stretch out. The chest muscles are stretching, everything in between is opening up. So what I notice also is when I go into this position, I tend to want to tense up that left leg. Do a quick body scan. Make sure you're not tightening up anything inadvertently. Make sure everything is relaxed. Deep breath in and out. Tighten the abs. Bring that leg in. Again, you can bring the foam roller over to the side, all the way to the side if you want. I want to go a little bit bigger with my stretch. So let's bring that left knee in, straighten out the right. Bring that left leg all the way over, or onto your foam roller. Adjust so that we can open up the chest a little bit more. Do our body scan as we take our deep breaths. Make sure our cats don't attack us, because it is kind of a fun kitty position. All right, abs tight, bring that leg in. And I want you to lift up your hips, bring your butt down, and you're going to bring those hamstrings back of your leg, top back part of your leg onto the foam roller, contract your abs, and I just want you to roll your legs to the right and the left. Abs have to stay tight to protect your lower back. We're going to move it down to the bottom half of our hamstrings and do the same thing. A little bit low, so I'm going to adjust back so I feel that a little bit more as I roll side to side. Checking in, everything's relaxed except for my abs and a little bit of my quads to move my legs. We're going to go down to the top of our calves and do the same thing. Abs stay engaged, shoulders stay loose. When we're at our calves, we have a little bit of room to go this way as well, which is nice. Because, again, muscles go both directions. We want to be able to roll them in both directions, but we're only going to do our hamstrings at one direction for today. At least on this video. So I just move down, lower calf, right and left, in and out. And we are just about out of time, so I'm going to show you one more thing. We're going to come onto our side again. And we're going to do both of our quads at once today, just for time's sake. So we're going to go into our plank position, and we're going to keep our abs tight, neck in line with our spine, and just roll from the edge of our knees to the edge of our hip. Abs tight. If that feels like too much, do not do it. We can also adjust a little bit onto our side, get into that RT band, but again, that's going to feel too intense for some people. We'll do more on this later, but I just want to make sure you have the basics today. Coming through the hip, and a little bit on the other side, through that other IT band. If you need to take some of that pressure pressure off, just bring that foot up, take some of the pressure off with both hands, both feet. If you don't, let yourself get that extra roll through the inner thigh. A little bit through the hip. And before we end, I want you to go back to where you started and just open yourself back up. Let me adjust myself here. Into that first position and just check in. Close your eyes, take your deep breaths, and check in on how much tighter or looser, presumably you are looser, you feel now than you did when you started in any of these positions. If your body allows you to go into each of them, just kind of check in. If you feel like there's discomfort or pain, definitely do not move anywhere that there is pain. And discomfort, just move slowly into each of the positions. Bring your arms up to the ceiling if you have to get into the next position. A couple of deep breaths. And I like taking those deep breaths in my most uncomfortable position. You might notice I'm adjusting my head as I move into, or my neck. Maybe not, but I have adjusted both my pelvis and my neck a couple of times to make sure that my spine is in alignment, that I can breathe in and out into these positions, and I'm keeping myself in good alignment so that I'm helping my body get back to the position it should be in, which I consistently, and many of you, I'm guessing, also put your bodies into on a regular basis. Getting off again, we take that straight leg. Got a kitty in the way today. Onto our side. We come up using our fantastic lunge position. We come up. We are done. We're just going to drink lots of water to rehydrate the fascial tissue, and I will see you tomorrow.